Gentlemen, it is day 3, round 3 at Augusta National, moving day, if you will. And a lot of people are on the golf course, and we got a lot of people that are waiting to get on the golf course. We have a jam-packed leaderboard. We've got James Colgan, Zephyr Melton. Guys, we've seen Tiger play 5 holes on this course so far, make a bunch of pars. It feels like he's running out of golf holes to kind of make a run because pars aren't going to do it, right?
Pars are not going to do it, but I thought a kind of interesting thing that Tiger said after he finished his second round this morning was that the course just isn't hard enough for him. He's used to seeing a much firmer Augusta National. He said a firmer Augusta National would help as far as former champions playing the golf course. And we haven't seen that this week. It's been slow. It's been soft. And if things don't start to firm up, get much faster and much tougher quickly, I don't think that bodes well for Tiger, because he's just not going to be able to hang in sort of a contest of who can put a ball in a hula hoop inside on these greens. He's got to be able to take advantage of his course knowledge. And if the conditions don't get tougher, that's not really going to play as much of a benefit for him.
It feels like Tiger might be annoyed when he looks at that leaderboard and he sees CT Pan, Scotty Scheffler, Sung J M, these guys that are playing their first Masters, and they're not supposed to know Augusta National, right? They're not supposed to have this course knowledge that Tiger and Phil and all these guys have used forever, right, Zephyr?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Paul Casey spoke about it a couple days ago, how when these guys come back in April, they're going to be in for a surprise because it plays like a totally different golf course. So yeah, we're seeing a different Augusta National out there. It doesn't quite breathe the same fire, but I mean, it's a birdie fest out there, and it's been entertaining thus far. But I agree, it does kind of play into the hands of some of these guys who don't have as much course knowledge. So it is hurting Tiger and Phil and a lot like that.
Well, one thing that is firming up is the fairways. The second hole, we already saw Brooks Koepka hit a 324-yard drive with a lot of roll on it. So I think we'll see it play a little bit different than the last couple days. But the truth is we have the 3 top players in the world. 1, 2, and 3 are on the top of the leaderboard. Justin Thomas, Dustin Johnson, Jon Rahm. But as you guys have said, just kind of some people we didn't expect. Cameron Smith, Abe Answer, do we see the cream rising to the top this afternoon? Do we see the best players in the world elevate themselves, or are we going to have a packed day tomorrow too?
I think we've come to expect that over the years as far as the Masters is concerned. There always seems to be a few guys who jump to the top of the leaderboard. They get in there, they get in the lead, or they're near the lead, they're making a run. And then once Sunday comes, that's where sort of the boys and the men are separated. I think we'll see that a little bit, if not today, then tomorrow. The course is definitely getting a lot tougher as time goes on. Jon Rahm said in his post-round interview today that the greens were really starting to look like Augusta National, or what he had come to expect from Augusta National. So I do think that we'll see maybe a little bit of a separation from those guys who have that next tier of ability. But who knows? This is a very interesting leaderboard that we have right now. I would not have predicted anyone near the top of this leaderboard. And if you would have told me some of the young guys would be near the top of the leaderboard, I would have said it would be the Colin Morikawas and the Matt Wolfs of the world. And neither of those guys are really in contention heading into Saturday. So it's an interesting thing, but I do think we'll see a bit of a separation from the very best and, maybe some of the other guys floating around at the top.
I think it's interesting that you said a separation of the men from the boys, because we have the 2 youngest staffers on the call today. You guys are the boys when it comes to Golf.com. Zephyr, when people wake up tomorrow, what score do they need to have? Because there's going to be – everyone is going to be looking to just make moves today. But what the truth is there's 18 holes tomorrow. So is 9 under where everyone has to get to today to feel comfortable that they can do it tomorrow? Is it north of that, south of that? What's the number that you want to put your head on the pillow with tonight?
Yeah, I was thinking in that 10, 11 range. If you can get there, I think you can get within striking distance. I think by the end of the day, we'll see the lead stretched out to, 14 at the most. But yeah, I think 10 or 11, you got to feel like you're within striking distance. Anything beyond that, it's going to be tough to make up that much ground. But if the course is as soft as it has been the last few days, someone could go out there early, drop a 63, and sit in the clubhouse and watch everyone else play. So it'll really just depend on course conditions and if it firms up at all.
Well, looking at the leaderboard now, we've got Patrick Reed just made a birdie, so he's joined the squad at 9 under. No one is talking about Patrick Reed. Justin Rose has made an early birdie. He's at 8 under. Fleetwood has made a birdie. He's at 8 under. Brooks Koepka is making a little bit of a run. Yeah, I mean, everything's going to change here in just a couple of hours. I'm going to make you guys actually say something, though, and put you on the spot. Who's going to be in the final pairing tomorrow? There will be pairings. There will be just groups of 2 out there. Who will be in the final pairing that you trust the most, I guess, at this point in the tournament?
Well, give me Dustin Johnson. I know it's kind of a cop-out pick, number one in the world, but he looks like he's in total control. Yesterday, he kind of slipped up, lost a little momentum towards the end of the day, but he just looks so in control of his game right now. He just, as Rory said, his attitude towards the game is just aspirational. So I think DJ is obviously a guy that you got to pick who's going to be in the final pairing.
See ball, hit ball, make putt. It's pretty simple.
It easy.
Yeah, I mean, it works out here. That's interesting because everything has been thrown into flux this weekend, right? We had the early storms. We didn't really know if DJ was going to play any golf on Thursday, so he plays a little golf Thursday, a lot of golf Friday, and then he had all morning off Saturday while people were playing. So maybe that's the idea. See ball, hit ball. Tell me when I need to be on the first tee. That's when I'll make my birdies. James, who are you most confident in right now?
All right. For purely social media meme purposes, I think there's a really good opportunity there with Dustin and Justin for a sort of Dumb and Dumber type thing. But realistically, I do think we're going to see Patrick Reed in the final pairing tomorrow. Just the way he's been playing, this is exactly what Patrick Reed always does. He hangs around at the top of the leaderboard. He puts himself in contention. Everyone sort of doubts him. They pay attention to the bigger names at the top. And then look who's sitting at the top of the leaderboard on the weekend. It's always Patrick Reed. He's going to be the guy that sort of surges into the final pairing, maybe alongside one of Dustin and Justin.
I think it'll depend on how many right pins they have out there, if it'll allow Patrick Reed to get into that final pairing.
It's a noted drawer of the golf ball, Patrick Reed. Well, Zephyr and James, thank you for your efforts here on our midday check-in. Stay tuned to Golf.com. We got a recap coming tonight.